now we're going to be talking with Philanthropy, and we have Kimberly Nelson and Sally Pritchett here, who we're going to be talking with about whatever's going on in philanthropy and what in the world is going on in
Well, it
philanthropy.
seems like there's always something, wouldn't you say, Colonel?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So before we start with scholars, I just want to remind residents for something going on this week.
Oh.
So this week, this Thursday, which is in 2 days, we have Fairfax Memorial Funeral Home and Fairfax Memorial Park. And they're coming to do a presentation on creating a meaningful tribute to your life. So how to help with your funeral plannings and that kind of thing now to make sure your wishes are passed on to your loved ones.
Oh. Shouldn't we have our loved ones here to listen to that?
And that
That's a
would be
possibility.
lovely.
Why
if they're
not?
able to come, that would be great.
Yeah.
And you don't have to use Fairfax Memorial and Park, but a lot of times there's questions of, well, I have a plot in another state, and what if I pass away here? How does that work? What do I do if I'm military? And you know, it takes time before we do military honors. What happens? So they can help with some of those things too, and
So,
give
yeah.
you information on differences on cremation versus burial. It's a wide range of questions that you can ask them directly.
Okay. And this is going to happen in the theater? Is it?
It's actually going to be, I believe it's in the classroom.
Oh, in the classroom? Which
This-
one?
In Village Square.
Oh, okay.
You know, space
At what
is at a
time?
premium at 1:30
1:30.
this
Thursday.
Thursday afternoon. So call Philanthropy if
Okay.
you just to reserve your seat, because it's a smaller room.
Yeah.
So we just like to make sure we have space. But right now we have space, so
Oh, good.
please
Okay.
come. And then also this week there is a food drive going on for Echo.
Okay.
And so that's
Is that Philanthropy?
well, it is. It's part of our corporate social responsibility, which is part of
okay.
our outreach, and we do one twice a year. And Diane is the coordinator here in Channel 6, so she helps coordinate that outreach.
So if we
and
don't have food, I guess a check would be helpful.
you can do that, but there
Absolutely.
even it
Check is
could-
always helpful.
Yes, but even if you say, "Gosh, I've got these extra rolls of toilet paper," it can be paper products.
Oh.
Toilet paper and paper towels and new, of course, of napkins.
Yeah.
Doesn't always have to be food, so it could be household things too that are new that you could pass on. But after that, we want to talk about scholarship,
Good.
because it is that time of year again.
Yes, it sure
And
is.
so
How many do we have last year? 50,
Last-
57,
yeah.
47?
54, I think it was,
54?
or 53, something like
I
that.
thought that was 2 years ago.
What was it last year?
Last year I had 43, and the year before I had 51.
Okay.
Yeah.
This year
This
we're
year-
at 39.
We're doing
Oh,
better at 39.
okay.
So it depends on hiring of staff.
Yeah.
Things sort of have an ebb and flow in hiring in the dining room, and then making sure the students stay, of course.
It really
for their-
amazes me that we have so many. And this is a great, well, not, but for them, I would think it's a great benefit, because it's $10,000 over 4 years. Now, that's not going to pay for all their education, but if they go to the community college, it pays for a lot of it.
You're right. If someone goes to the community college, it does cover a good portion of the full-time tuition.
Yeah.
At the community college, and usually those are students who are also then continuing to work at Green Spring. So we have that added benefit of them not only going to school but also continuing to work here.
And we appreciate it, It's,
Yes.
it's awfully nice to have those who are really more experienced.
Yes, they
Yeah.
can help train the new ones.
Yeah.
But Sally was part of the interviews, and I didn't know if you wanted to share.
Oh.
Just, we interviewed the students through the Philanthropy
We've already done
Committee.
this then.
Yes, I've
done-
interviewed 39 of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is all 39.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if, as a general highlight, if there was, something that you took away from the students that impressed you about them, or something stood out on, if there was one thing that stood out, either a particular student or in general.
I was only one of several that
Okay.
interviewed, and we don't do it for. We do not interview to give them a scholarship. They've already got the scholarship. We interview them to get them used to being interviewed.
Oh.
So when they get out and they say, "Oh, I've done that." So what I enjoyed was their enthusiasm. Just really nice kids, really nice kids, and they were well dressed and well spoken. They were really good kids.
So you're asking them questions. I thought the interview process was part of the selection process.
No.
So that's a great point, Greg.
That is,
so
yeah.
we have criteria for the selection process. And so that would be things like working their 1,000 hours here at Green Spring, making sure they have a certain GPA and certain grades, that they are a solid employee. In other words, they're not on disciplinary or being written up or not a problem.
Yeah.
But then there are other things that are part of the application process that we just feel helps make them more well-rounded as individuals.
Okay.
And one of those things is doing a panel interview with the committee. As Sally mentioned, it can be intimidating. If
can
you're
be.
in front of
Sure.
4 or 6 residents,
Yeah.
and they're asking you questions about your future and your grades and your classes.
And they come in shaky. They're really shaky.
yeah.
So,
by the
those
time
are the
they
kind
look-
of questions you're asking them.
Yes.
What do they plan to do in the future?
Exactly. A little bit about their family and their goals, what they're going to do eventually, and where they're going to go to school. Basic stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our scholarship campaign will officially start on March 18th, which is the same day as Coffee with Exec. But in resident cubbies, probably this morning, a lot of residents we're getting them out this week. They're going to start seeing this brochure, and I'm hoping we can get it on screen. Great. And it says, "You are a gem." And you're probably wondering, what is that?
I'll bet we are. It looks like a diamond there.
It does look like a
Yeah.
diamond. So GEM stands for Give Every Month.
Oh,
And so this is to encourage.
that's clever.
Thank you.
She's the one.
She's
so
the one.
this is really a nice convenience for residents to say, give every month, whether it's to scholarship, benevolent care, or both, on your monthly bill to make it easier for you throughout the year. It's much easier to spread something out over several months than to sometimes have to write one check.
Yeah. And it
And
doesn't
so-
seem so big. You know,
Exactly.
the check,
You don't miss it that
all
much.
of a sudden, it's,
Yes.
Yeah.
So this was sort of a more formal way to get that word out. There's a little form inside.
Oh.
And then if we can have the camera zoom in on Colonel Sally's lapel pin that she is wearing, I'm hoping, where it says, "You're a gem," which we have upside down.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Well, turn it back side
We
up.
turned it around.
I couldn't tell from
live
here.
television. Sorry. I don't know. Do we have that about right? Hopefully
Somewhere
it's a
in
little
that area.
closer. And so if you decide that you would like to give every month, and we will get you this beautiful lapel pin that's sparkly and glittery that says you're a gem, so that when other residents ask you, where did you get that diamond? You can say, well, I support the
Philanthropy.
scholars, or I support benevolent care through my resident monthly bill, and this is just a little token of appreciation.
yeah, suppose I gave you, instead of doing it monthly, suppose I give you a check for $10,000. Could I get one of those too?
Well, we'll figure out anything for that.
You better believe it.
Well, how about $50?
We'll
figure it
handle
out.
it. We'll work it out.
But this is really just to sort of help make it easier with your monthly bill. And we have some residents who have already turned those forms into us before we rolled this out, and we'll
okay.
be getting them their lapel pins later this week as well.
It's a neat looking pin too.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
so
nifty.
it goes along with our diamond. So it just sort of
And if you put it on your bill, doesn't hurt you a bit.
You
know,
just sort of forget about it.
That's
And
right.
the nice thing is we will only do it for the calendar year.
Okay.
So this doesn't go on forever
So you have to renew it every year.
because we don't want to assume anything.
Okay.
And we also want to make sure that, oh, my microphone fell off. We also want to make sure that you can have that opportunity to give to your funds easily.
Yeah.
And so having the monthly bill, we hear a lot of residents say it makes it easier for them. And so this is an easy way for us to remind residents of that opportunity.
And actually, the Green Spring bill doing it by that way is well, you're putting it on the Green Spring bill, but doing the Green Spring bill through the bank, you know, letting them take it out every month,
Yes,
makes it so much easier.
It does make
Do you
it a
have
little
anything
easier.
you'd like to wind up with?
The only thing I'd like to wind up with is that next week on the 19th, we have a concert.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's called the Sunshine Gang, and it's free. And it's really just to help kick off scholarship and thank residents for supporting the scholarship program.
And that's in the theater.
In the theater at 2 o'clock.
On
Tickets are free just to make sure we have seats for everyone, so
Okay.
please see Philanthropy. And they're going to do music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It is not rock and roll loud music, because
That's
we've had
good.
some folks ask
it's
that
good old
question.
country music, right?
Well, it's
No,
a little
it's
bit
not
of
country.
country and a little bit of twist.
A little bit
and
of everything.
A
Little
little
bit-
bit of 70s. So it should be fun and
Just
upbeat.
fun music. huh?
And
There
maybe
you
a
go.
few Irish tunes thrown in just for
that'll be good,
kicks,
yeah.
for a little sing along.
Yeah, yeah.
So we just want to have fun and say thanks and kick off our scholarship.
And it's next Thursday, the
This Thursday is the funeral home presentation, and then it's Tuesday,
Tuesday.
the 19th,
okay.
Yes.
At what time?
2 o'clock.
At the theater.
In the theater.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Well, thank you all very much for coming on board.
Thank
Our
you.
pleasure.
It's been kind of fun.
It has been fun. Thank you.
All right.